What's up YouTube? How's it going? Everything is Tech here with a video on how to use your HD PVR to record HD gameplay from your Xbox while playing in HD using a Macintosh computer. So this version is specifically for the Mac. If you don't have a Macintosh, I'll have a Windows version coming up really shortly, probably a day or two right after this video is uploaded. So anyways, to get started, the first thing you should really make sure you have is your Xbox 360. Mine is right over there. You gotta have all the cables that came with your Xbox, including the power cable as well as your Xbox component cables that look something like this. I have a lot of cables in my hand, so I'm gonna take that out. The cables look just like this for the Xbox, the component cables. So you gotta have your Xbox, your power cables for your Xbox component cables, something like this. And if you don't have those, or if you lost your cables like those, you should definitely purchase one of them again, because you need it to record however you record. If you record from a HD PVR or Dazzle, so you gotta get those cables. Then after you got all those cables for your Xbox, you gotta go to your PVR. Make sure you have all the cables that came with your PVR, including the power, and then also the monster component cables. Getting that out right over here. The monster component cables, they look something like this. They have component cables on both ends, so you need to have that. And then you gotta have the USB connection. Now my color is kind of different. I'm using a custom one that I actually bought, but the cable that comes with the PVR they look just the same. They're the same exact thing, just that you get a white one and mine's just a black one. So let's start with the Xbox first. So you have to make sure you have your power cable in and make sure it is connected in a power outlet. Next, you gotta take your Xbox component cables. You gotta take these cables, and before you plug it in, you have to make sure this little button is on HD TV. So make sure it is on HD TV so you can record in HD. And plug this cable in right over there. Okay, just make sure it is in tight. After you plug in those cables, the one end in your Xbox, you take the other end that we have not plugged in yet, and you're going to take the split cable, the split set that looks like this. It comes with red, green, and blue. And now you go to your HD PVR. This is the back of mine, where it has all the component inputs, and you want to plug these three cables in the input, which is the bottom over there, and go ahead and connect them. Take the green and connect the green to the green. Take the blue and connect that in, and then take the red and connect that in. Once you get those three cables in, just make sure they are in tight. Once those three cables are in, you take the other set of cables that are split with these Xbox cables, and you're really only going to be focused on the red and the white cables. So take these two cables and plug in the red in this input section. Okay, and then take this white one and plug it in right in there. Next, you're going to need the component monster cables that came with your HD PVR. They look just like this. If you lost them, go ahead and message me or comment this video, and I'll tell you how you can get another set, but which you obviously have to buy. So once you have these cables, take any one end, and now you're going to be focusing on the output of the PVR. Then take the green, blue, and yellow, green, blue, and red cable, and plug them in the output. So take the green and the green. Take the blue and put in the blue, the red and the red. Okay, so once you got those three cables in, you're gonna need to take the other two cables. They look just like this, and plug it in the red and the red, and then the white one in the white one. Then you're gonna need to take the other end of the component monster cables and go to your television. Now this part will definitely differ depending on what kind of TV you have. I have a Toshiba 40E200U, so I only have one set of component inputs in this part of the TV. So mine are in the back over here, and then you're going to need to take the other end of the monster cables and take these three cables and plug it in whatever component input you have. Mine's right over here. Plug the green in the green. plug the red, plug the blue in the blue, and then plug the red in the red. Once you got those 3 cables plugged in, take the other 2, and then plug it in the inputs in wherever they are in the nearest inputs in your component cables. So once you have all those cables plugged in, you should take the USB connection that came with your PVR, it'll look just like this, and plug in the end that looks like this into your PVR. It'll be really close by to the power connector, and mine is right over there. Plug it in. So once you plugged in the one part of the USB in your PVR, take this part and the actual USB part and plug it into your Mac. I'm using a MacBook Pro, but you can use any Mac, so it really doesn't matter. So once you plug in the USB, now is probably the sad part, I must say. Now, since the PVR does not come with any compatible software with your Macintosh computer, you actually have to purchase a set of software. So there are actually 2 software that actually work with your PVR. One is Elgato ITV, and then the other is HD PVR Capture. Elgato ITV costs $79.99 if you actually want to purchase it alone, and it actually comes with a set of ITV Capture. I'll have a link to the website of Elgato. Now, for the HD PVR Capture, this is kind of really cheap, if you know what I mean. This is $29.99, $30, and this is probably going to be the software I recommend. It's cheap and it works really well, and I'm just going to show you how to set it up with HD PVR. Now, just once you plug in your USB, go open up HD PVR. There is actually a demo of the software, and it allows you to record about up to 2 minutes from your PVR. So once you get that, just go to your PVR, HD PVR Capture, and go to your format. You should definitely go to Inputs right over here. Make sure your video input is Component HD. Make sure your audio is Rear. And then go to your folder, wherever folder you want to save it, just browse for it. Video encoder, it pretty much will depend on how best of the quality you want. Of course, if you raise the bit rate, the higher the bit rate is, the better the quality, as well as the peak bit rate. And then just go ahead and go with the audio. You can always boost up the encoding, or you could just use wherever you want, whatever setting you want. For the LED blue LED light, you can enable it if you want. And then if you want to perform post-processing, that pretty much just processes the file into a readable format for the Mac, and just click yes, and that pretty much is it. If you want it to be processed into iTunes, you can. That's just your choice. And then here are the video controls, iCal conversion, etc. And that's pretty much it. Once you're ready to record, just go to the durations and set however much time you want, and you're good to go. I just want to say, if you actually do have ITV, I'm going to have a video up on how you record from ITV, so don't worry about that. It's not going to be a problem at all. And so, once you got all this done, once you have HD PVR Capture or ITV, go ahead and just click record. Before you do click record, though, you should definitely turn on your Xbox, which I'm going to do right now. Just get up, go to your Xbox, turn it on, and then go to your PVR and turn that on if you actually did not turn it on during the process. So look for the LED flashing light, and eventually you're gonna get the Xbox. There we go, and here we are. You're actually playing in HD while recording in HD. So if you want to record, just go ahead and click the record button on your software, and you're good to go. That pretty much is it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. If this video helped you, please do like it. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please do ask it. I will definitely get back to you. And thanks for watching. Peace.